First tonight, mowed down by an e-scooter. Julia was enjoying a walk in the city when she was struck without warning. Now she's in the middle of a messy legal loophole as she recovers from her serious injuries.
So this is where it happened?
Yeah, this is where it happened. Visiting Melbourne on foot, exploring it on foot, and hit by a scooter, came up behind. She didn't know that was coming.
Now she owes thousands and thousands of dollars.
I can't use the keyboard or the mouse on my computer. Getting dressed is still quite difficult. I can't tie shoelaces.
And Julia Miller can't even comb her hair.
It's not fair at all. I was doing nothing wrong.
Julia is a victim of a loophole that protects the big e-scooter companies and leaves people through no fault of their own with big bills and broken bodies. That one walk means Julia's life now revolves around medical appointments.
I was on holiday. I was visiting my son in Melbourne. I was just walking along and just suddenly this call from behind, "Look out!" And then next thing I knew, somebody had crashed into me and I was knocked over.
Walking over a bridge, Julia was bowled over in broad daylight by an out-of-control e-scooter. What came next was $25,000 in medical bills.
I was in hospital for 12 days because I had a broken shoulder, a broken elbow. This is on my right arm and I'm right-handed. But I also had a sprained left ankle. I had a hematoma which led to a necrosis on my right ankle, and then I developed a blood clot as well.
The crash sparking months of treatment, agonising pain and anxiety for the 60-year-old university academic.
I just feel pretty scared about walking along the footpath, which is a place where I should actually feel safe.
E-scooters are on city streets in every Australian state and territory except New South Wales. Many are being trialled by local councils. But how they operate is different everywhere you scoot. In Adelaide, you can ride e-scooters on footpaths, but in Melbourne, you can't. In Brisbane, you can travel at speeds of up to 25 kilometres an hour. In Darwin, the max speed is 15. The result, a confusing mess of rules that change at the state borders. Rules many riders aren't even aware of.
We just came from Sydney, so we're not too sure. We just look at other people and learn.
No, I'm just visiting. We're just looking at that now.
Julia was hit by a 20-year-old woman riding a Lime scooter, but because that woman wasn't wearing a helmet, the rider was only fined. That infringement means Lime isn't responsible and don't have to pay a cent in insurance. Julia's lawyer, Alice Robinson.
It's pretty much junk insurance. It doesn't take much for the insurance to become void.
Lime e-scooters have a long list of reasons why they are not liable and don't have to pay out.
If a scooter rider rides on a footpath, if they're not wearing a helmet, if they don't obey stop signs or traffic signals, if they have a dog on a lead, if they're using a mobile phone, if they're, the list goes on and on and on.
Wow, that seems a bit unjust to me and dangerous.
Ben Rossiter from Victoria Walks.
We need an insurance scheme that really protects walkers if they are injured. If we don't have that, we really should suspend the trial.
But the trial is raking in money for Melbourne councils. They get paid $1 a day per scooter over the course of the 12-month trial. So that's $500,000 from both Neuron and Lime straight into councils' coffers.
So far, it seems that no one wants to take responsibility for what's happened. And yet the council has allowed this trial to go ahead. The scooter companies allow people to ride.
Acting Lord Mayor Nicholas Reid at the City of Melbourne says, "I really feel for this woman. This unfortunate incident appears to have highlighted an unacceptable loophole in the current arrangements." The council is set to discuss the insurance issue with Lime and the state government. As for Lime, it doesn't comment on individual cases, saying we have robust systems in place to provide support in any unfortunate circumstances.
So it's one thing to not cover someone riding a scooter without a helmet. It's quite another to exclude someone who has no choice in the matter.
Julia isn't the first person hit and hurt by an unruly e-scooter. Data from just one hospital shows a sharp increase in severe e-scooter injuries. 16 serious incidents resulting in a visit to the hospital in the first 6 months of this year alone.
I think it's an issue that everyone should be interested in because anybody could unfortunately meet the business end of a Lime scooter at any stage in their city.
I feel really anxious now when I go out on the pavement.
Yeah, you can understand why. Julia says her medical bills are still mounting. Her lawyer continues her fight for compensation.